Good afternoon. State Senator Terri Bonoff back now in session. We knew it was going to be a short session. I didn't really understand what that would feel like. Everybody kept saying it's going to be really short, really fast. And I thought, okay, well, that's okay. It is entirely different experience. It is like every day is 2 weeks all packed into one. Everything is tense, people are argumentative, it's conflict-ridden, unlike what I've experienced in prior sessions at the beginning. So for example, first day of session, you pretty much just put the rules forward of how we're going to operate. Senator Bach puts forward that we're making some changes to our committee structure. The finance areas of Senator Tomassoni's committee that have to do with energy and the environment are now moving to Senator Marty, and everything from that point on went into chaos because the Republicans weren't happy with it, the rural members weren't happy with it, and to be honest, this happened as a result of some tough negotiations at the end of last session, and some members felt as though policies were put in place that weren't a reflection of the broader group. For example, the abolishing the Pollution Control Board. So basically, the Citizen Advisory Council, sorry, not the Pollution Control Board, the Citizens Advisory Council of the regarding that. So anyways, that's just one example. That happened on the first day. I understand the House had similar chaos on different issues. Today, we heard the bill on the Senate floor to approve extending unemployment benefits for the range. Well, the House had decided to add on to that bill, creating a tax cut for businesses in their unemployment insurance rate. We in the Senate felt very strongly that this is an emergency that we would have wished we had dealt with a long time ago. Something like 3,000 people are out of work, out of benefits, and are in great need. And so we felt it was important, just like we've done with flood relief, with tornadoes, other disasters, that we deal with it with the kind of integrity and intentionality as we've dealt with those other things, that we did not want to make this a negotiated effort around business tax rates. Now, having said that, we are going to address that issue because there is such a large amount in the uninsurance or the UI trust fund that we will take that up and it will go through the committee process. But I want you to know that today we passed off the Senate floor a clean UI extension of benefits for the Iron Range workers, and I was proud and pleased to see that it was almost unanimous. There were literally 3 no's, everybody else voted for it. So that is a reflection of a Senate that can work together, and I was proud of that. The other thing I just wanted to mention is I had our first higher ed workforce development hearing today, and it was a pretty sober hearing because it was on the update around the human subject testing work that we had done last session. So we got an update from the university of what's been happening, the processes they've put in place, the protocols. We got an update from the Office of the Legislative Auditor with regard to his oversight and his colleague Elizabeth Stewicki's oversight. But what was the most sobering is there are still indications that in the psychiatry department, there are still things happening that really aren't best practices in terms of how they deal with patients, with protocols, with forms. And the university was quick to point out that there are no patient safety issues, but I actually dismissed that statement and said we don't know that. And so I want you to know that we are not going to stop being an oversight body and making sure that until we believe that this issue has been wrestled to the ground and that everything that is happening in that psychiatry department with regard to human subject testing is absolutely aligned with highest standards and best practices, we're going to keep talking about it. And so while it's uncomfortable and difficult, you can count on us at the legislature to uphold the highest standards when it comes to patient care. So I know that was a long monologue about what's happened in just a few days, but I think you'll find every week is going to be like that. We're just going to pack it in and get it done. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to hearing from you in the course of these 10 weeks.